Carson-Newman women's basketball head coach Mike Mincey after his team's 82-72 win over the King Tornado. And coach, considering you scored 40 points in the first quarter against this team this past Wednesday, just 4 days ago, a little bit of a slower start in the first half, putting up just 30 in the first half. What was kind of the difference to you between what went down or what went so well for you offensively in the first half of the game on Wednesday and then the first half of this game today?
Well, we knew the way we played in the first quarter at our place was it was a really good quarter. I mean, it's probably the second most points any of my teams have ever scored outside of the 47 we scored a few years ago. So you get 40 points in a quarter, you're doing something right. And we shot about 70% for the field, and you're not going to be able to sustain that. It's just not really something that you can do. We were getting the same shots tonight. I felt like we just weren't making them, and then when the shots aren't going down, it drains your energy. Defensively, it was the same. You know, we gave up the same amount of points in the first half that we did at our place. It was all about the shot percentage. We just weren't making shots. You know, and Tori was playing well. She picked up 2 fouls. I had to put her on the bench. But you know, the thing I'm proud of is that we've been able to get 2 W's. It's really hard to play a team back to back, especially the way it went Wednesday night without Addison Bird and her shot making abilities. So. You know, that's really the difference, is just the amount of shots that we made at home versus the shots that we didn't make today, and it was the same ones.
You mentioned Tori Griffin. You mentioned not having Addison Bird. How big was it for Tori to step up? She made 5 threes in the game. Her shot was really on. Really, yeah. It looked like from start to finish. How big was she today to not only kind of fill in that shot making from Addison Bird, but really fill in the shot making for the whole team until people started to heat up?
Well, I mean, we were obviously shooting like 30% from the field and 20-something% or worse from the three. I think we were 3 of 17 or something like that in the first half. I mean, nobody was making shots, and not only were we not making threes, but we were making easy 2s as well. Then we come out, obviously in the halftime we're down 2, but we felt very fortunate because we felt like we had played about as bad as we can play, obviously shot it about as bad as we can shoot it, and we're still in the game. And so I think it was just, we got a little second chance there. Tori was back in the lineup. Kelsey started making shots. Tori made shots, and when the three's going down and you build yourself a lead, I just think it's easier to play. Those are energy givers to see those buckets go down. We were playing harder out of our press as well, and there was just on the defensive end, there was just a better intensity than what we saw in the first half, even though we only gave up 32 in the first half.
Yeah, you mentioned, again, that difference between first half and second half. What, if anything, did you say to the team in the halftime locker room? What were some of the changes there that led to a much more successful second half?
I don't think it was anything that we necessarily did differently. It's just a mindset of like, look, you know, we're good shooters. We've shot it really bad the first half. Surely we can't come out in the second half and shoot as bad as we did in the first. And you know, and we didn't. We came out and actually got our 3-point percentage up to about 36%, somewhere in that neighborhood where it's good. We made 12 threes, 9 in the second half, and that's probably what won us the game, was our ability to shoot that 3 ball in the second half. Highlighted obviously by Tori and Kelsey. And of course, we haven't mentioned Tank. Or Kayla, you know, she goes for 20 points and 17 rebounds, plays all 40 minutes tonight. Just an Iron Man type mentality from her. And I thought there were some things that maybe she could have probably scored a few more points, but she almost goes for 20-20 again, back-to-back games against King, and that would have been phenomenal ability to get that done. But this was a senior night. We had Kelsey, Tori, and Kayla that kind of led the way for us. And when you're on the road like this, that's what it takes, is to have senior leadership and that experience come out and kind of lead us to victory when we weren't necessarily playing our best.
And Coach, last question for you. No Wednesday game this week, so you got a nice little 6-game, not a break, but
yep.
You know, break between games. What, if anything, can you take from today and apply it to Clayton State on Friday?
We've got some things we need to work on. There's some things that are giving us a little bit of issue, and we'll try to get that corrected throughout the week. I think the break comes really good because we've had, you know, Friday, Saturday game, and then a Wednesday, Saturday, and this was really tough playing King back-to-back, to be honest with you. And then now we get this break. You know, it's going to give Addison more time to heal her ankle up, so she'll be ready to go against Clayton State on Friday. And we got a big one coming up this weekend, playing Clayton State and North Georgia back-to-back down in the North Georgia tournament. So it'll be a good time for us to be able to rest up, get healed up, and hopefully go into the North Georgia tournament fresh and fully loaded.
Carson-Newman women's basketball head coach Mike Mincey. Coach, thanks for the time.
Appreciate it.